folks, and welcome to this week's show. And today I'm doing a very quick essential album show. And today's album is on the life-changing, game-changing, earth-shattering album that was the debut album for the Specials, with the self-entitled name of the Specials. This brilliant album came out on 19th of October 1979, which, as it happens, was the same day as their fellow stablemates almost for a short time of madness, when they also released One Step Beyond on the same day. So two terrific albums in one day. It's just amazing, really, when I think about it. Anyway, the Specials album came out October 79 and got to number 4 in the UK charts and number 84 in the USA, which is not too bad, actually, for a debut. It was produced by Elvis Costello, produced superbly, may I add. It's got a real live feel. And he said at the time he wanted to capture the live feel of the album, of the band, rather than being overproduced and that removing that edge that they had, which I think he's done an absolutely perfect job on it. It really does capture a band live. A big shout out on the album as well to Dick Cathell and Rico Rodriguez on brass. Once met Rico, what a lovely, lovely man he was. Once met him on a high street in Newcastle, going down Grey Street, and was talking for about 15 minutes. Just delightful man. What a really nice guy. Anyway, sidetrack for a second there. Specials, band who mixed ska and punk with a political message about what was going on at the time with the Tory government that it came in. They were a multiracial band as well, which spread the idea of solidarity, quite rightly so. They write about everyday life, relationships, harassment by the police, the right-wing groups of the day and the trouble that was going on as well in terms of the racism within the late 70s and early 80s. And yet they mix everything with a dance beat. So it's just really danceable, exciting, powerful, danceable. What more can you ask for? They initially started off very quickly there as the Automatics and then became the Special AKA. The classic lineup, as we know, is Terry Hall, Linville Golden, Neville Staples, who actually, bizarrely, joined the band after having been a roadie, and he used to get up and sing a version of Toots and the Maytals' Monkey Man, and it went down well. So they got him into the band properly. John Bradbury, drums, Roddy Radiation, guitar, Horace Panther, great bass player, actually, and Jerry Dammers, who was the main man in terms of the fact that he wrote a lot of the songs, but more importantly, he got the whole thing going as a project and is really the man behind the whole two-tone project, the two-tone movement. So many, many years ago, I was doing a record shop back in the 80s, and on one of my walls, I literally had a full wall of two-tone singles with the sleeves, and I got my outside of my shop painted in black and white checks all the way around as well, in homage to two-tones. Just fantastic. The artwork is just stupendous, and it's based on the Rude Man is Rude Boy, the Rude Boy even, sorry, is based on Peter Tosh from the Wailers. It's beautiful. What a beautiful piece of artwork that is. Anyway, just going back to the album, remarkably, the reviews are really mixed. So some journalists did not give this album a great review, which I just find astonishing by today's standards. You listen to that and go, wow, that's a groundbreaking album. Yet at the time, maybe it's because music journalists were trying to be hip and controversial, a little bit pathetic, really, in terms of their views. I mean, this album doesn't even make the NME's top 250 albums of all time. Again, pathetic. It is a great album. It's an unusual one because it's an album of 50% what the covers and 50% original songs, which is really, really unusual. The only few other albums that you can think of a little bit like that would be like Led Zeppelin 1 and 2, although there's probably more covers on Led Zeppelin 1 than there is original songs. But I can't think of any other artists where they had such massive albums and did that. Originally, the Specials had a huge hit single with Gangsters, which was the old Prince Buster tune, which they reworked, and they released it with the Selector by the Selector on the flip side. This was the Two-Tones' first big hit. It was a game changer. So the Specials were up and running. Then obviously the album came out. And the album starts off with a cover version of Message to You, Rudy, the old Dandy Livingston song. And again, Rico Rodriguez was on the original, and he's on this version as well, which is great. It's just lovely. The little harp intro, and then the band come in, and it's just got a fantastic danceable groove. The album then moves on with Do the Dog, which is the Rufus Thomas song. I think he wrote The Funky Chicken as well. It's a really, really good song, but again, fantastic groove. We've got a number of other songs on the album. So we've got It's Up to You, really, really catchy song. Jerry Dammers sort of laying out a message there, just top song. Summarizes the bleakness of life, mentions the police harassment, so that's superb. We've got It Doesn't Make It All Right, about racial attacks which are going on, which obviously was very, very prevalent at the time. We'd have the rise of the National Front, all of those sort of horrible right-wing nut jobs. We've also there's also a great cover version of, I'm sure you've probably already heard this. There's a great cover version by Stiff Little Fingers as well. They do a magnificent take on this. It's very rare you get a song that's as good as the original, and SLF's is as good as this version. Different as well, which makes it even better in some respects. Love it. We've got a class song called Nightclub on the album with Chrissy Hines on backing vocals at the Pretenders, and how awful nightclubs can be. Got the line, the beer tastes just like piss, which is a great line, always makes me laugh. Brilliant. Concrete Jungle, again, Roddy Radiation, talking about the idea of being confronted by a gang. Again, you got the race element within it as well, and about the idea of potentially being stabbed. This song really does mirror the hard times at the time, and it's just great as well. And of course, the Wailers had a track called Concrete Jungle as well. Slightly different though, but also worth checking out, may I add. Too Hot is a great cover of the Prince Buster tune. I love the way the band groove on it and the speed up at the end. Fabulous. The bass playing magnificent on it. Magnificent. Dawning of a New Era is quite dystopian. It's about almost like the places in the zones, like the countries in the zones, but like the Hunger Games, if you like. And also has references in some respects to South Africa because they had various zones there and they were known by numbers. So you've got that element to it. Really dark element to it. And the song's got a real punky feel to it. Obviously, it's got the scar on it. It's also got a bit of a rockabilly guitar thing going on as well. So a real lovely mix going on that song. Blank Expression's great feeling. Excellent lyrics about feeling relationship. Love it. Stupid Marriage. And Neville Staples really comes onto his own here as the judge. He used to wear a wig and that on the stage doing it. It's a reworking of the old Prince Buster tune. I love the ending as well when the band speeds up, naked woman, naked man, when you get that nice suntan and goes, take him away. It's just brilliant. Absolutely fantastic. For me, the weakest song on the album is bizarrely Too Much Too Young, because the single version is so much better. The original song was written in '69, Birth Control by Lloyd Chalmers. The specials live single version is so much better. It's got urgency, it's pacey, it's 2 minutes, it's full of energy. This is really sort of, it's cumbersome in some respects. It's slow, it's lethargic, even compared to that version. And that's why, because you've heard the live single version, this gets downgraded for that for me. Even though it's obviously a great song, it's just not on the same level. So, which is a bit of a disappointment. We've got Little Bitch. Is it a misogynist? Certainly the title is. Lyrics. It's about somebody they dislike. It's an odd one to deal with, but it is a great song. I love the riff. It's very Rolling Stones. I think the Dandy Warhols probably influenced a little bit by it as well at some point. Terrific song again and again. I love the way it sort of does speed up. I love the 1-2 thing on it, and Scary sort of moves to it. And then at the end, the album slows right down with the Andy and Joey hit "You're Wondering Now," which would be a song that the band would often finish gigs with as well. So yeah, just great. So it's a top album. I think the artwork was taken outside. Chalky Davies, where he took a photo down at them and then just reach it up on a boat and change the whole background. It's very, very clever artwork, based a little bit on the Who's My Generation album as well. Fabulous artwork, fabulous. It really, really does stand out. It's a 5-star album all day long. It should be in everybody's record collection. It is one of the greatest albums ever made. Quick comment about going to see them. I was fortunate enough to see them on a number of occasions, but only when they reformed. So I saw them in 2009, and the first full proper announced gig, if you like, where I saw them at Newcastle Academy. It was the first gig of the tour. The place was rammed. I think we had a few celebrities there as well, I think. Now, I could be wrong. I'm sure Mark Lamar was there and Phil Jupitus. We were upstairs. The place was absolutely bouncing. There's a real sense of tension in the air as well. There's still that real edge to it. The noise is probably the loudest crowd I've ever heard. Probably along bizarrely with Status Quo's comeback gig as the Frantic Four in Glasgow in 2013. So they're probably the two loudest crowd gigs I've ever heard in my life. But the crowd were phenomenal that night for the specials. They really were. They came on. They did obviously all the great songs. But they started off with "Do the Dog," which just went brilliantly. "Dawn of a New Era," "Gangsters," "Up to You," "Rat Race," "Monkey Man," just brilliant. I mean, everything they did everything you really want to hear. They did songs you weren't expecting, like "Friday Night, Saturday Morning," "Stereotype." "Do Nothing" was a real highlight. Obviously, the hits, "Message to You," "Wondering Now," and then "Ghost Town" was brilliant. "Too Much, Too Young," and then at the end, Skinhead Moonstomp. Oh my God, the noise was phenomenal. Absolutely incredible. It really was. I was there with my wife. We were just dancing away. It was just great. And then they finished off with "Enjoy Yourself." And that was really great as well with Terry and introducing the whole band. The downside, of course, is the fact that Jerry wasn't on the tour. I believe he wanted to just do stadiums or a couple of stadium gigs, and the band wanted to do dance hall gigs. And I believe that was the whole reason. And I think they found him possibly, and I'm just speculating here, possibly a little too demanding. Who knows? Who knows? That's the dynamics of a band. But it is an absolutely top draw album. Go out and check it. Shame we can't get to see them anymore now with the sad passing of Terry. Just what a great band. So there we go. There's my Essential Albums review. Okay, go and check it out. Go and check out all their albums, in fact. And the Fun Boy 3 albums as well. Okay, take care. Till next time. Bye-bye.